Hey, I'm Mike Secord, and if you're a real estate leader, broker owner, or a team builder who's been carrying the weight of your business all on your shoulders, this is for you.
Coach Corner with Mike.
You know what I'm talking about. You're not just managing clients, you're managing people. You're training agents, you're trying to scale, all while holding it together. And you're still wondering, why is this so hard? Maybe you've built a team, but they're not producing at the level you know they can. Maybe you're constantly putting out fires instead of igniting your vision. Maybe you're stuck in the grind, doing everything yourself, with no real playbook, no system, no space to breathe. I get it, because I've lived it. I've spent the last 25 plus years in real estate as a top agent, a recruiter, a team leader, a broker, and now a full-time coach. I've led high-producing teams. I've turned around underperforming offices. I've coached hundreds of agents and leaders across the country, and I've seen the same thing over and over again. Most leaders don't burn out because they lack hustle. They burn out because they're operating without a model. They don't need more motivation. They need structure. They need clarity. They need support and a new framework for how leadership and growth actually work in real estate today. And that's exactly why I created Growth Lab. This isn't another inspirational feel-good session. This is a system, a leadership development model built specifically for brokers, team leaders, and anyone growing a business bigger than themselves. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the core principles inside Growth Lab. And I'm going to show you how top leaders are scaling teams that actually work. They're doing this without losing themselves in the process. Let's dive in. Let's get real for a second. Most real estate leaders don't stall because they're not working hard. They stall because the business they're running today was built on the systems, strategies, and survival mode of the past. And at some point, that stops working. I see it all the time. Leaders, brokers, and team builders pretty much have outgrown their old systems. They haven't built new ones. They're wearing every hat, still holding the keys to production that is keeping the office moving. And they're stuck putting out fires instead of casting vision and leading forward. Sound familiar? The consequences, they aren't subtle. Turnover creeps up. Production starts sliding. You lose your edge, your energy, and honestly, you lose your excitement. Here's the hard truth. Most don't want to say it out loud. What got you to the agents you currently have will absolutely break the moment you try to scale. You can't scale chaos. You can't lead through guesswork. And you sure can't build something sustainable if the entire thing falls apart when you're not in the room. That's why I built Growth Lab. It's not fluff. It's not theory. It's a real world operating system for real estate leaders who are ready to stop surviving and start scaling with purpose. Growth Lab is built around 4 core pillars. And when you get these right, the whole game changes. Let's walk through them. The first pillar, vision and alignment. Here's what most leaders get wrong. They think vision is about big speeches or catchy taglines, but real vision, it's about clarity, the kind your team can feel. Growth Lab helps you define your identity as a leader. It helps you identify your team's values and your long-term mission. We're not just setting production goals. We're building culture, one with purpose, one with direction. When everyone knows why they're showing up and what they're building, momentum starts to move on its own. Your people should never wonder what they're working towards or why it even matters. The second pillar, recruiting with intention. Most brokers are pitching features, pitching tools, pitching fluff. Growth Lab teaches you to position your team as a solution. We flip recruiting conversations from here's what we're great at to let's explore if this is the right fit for both of us and one that will help you move towards your goals. You'll learn how to attract the right agents and how to repel the wrong ones. Yes, that's just as important. And how to build a team with shared values, beliefs, and standards, not just shared goals. Because the right agents, they don't need convincing. They need connection and they need alignment. The third pillar, accountability that sticks. Let's be honest here. Most leaders avoid accountability like it's the plague. Why do they do this? Because it feels like conflict. It feels like micromanaging, like pressure. But here's the shift. Accountability isn't about control. It's about clarity, structure, and care. We give you a plug and play tool to run effective one-on-one meetings, one to set weekly scoreboards, and to drive performance without playing the role of the nag. When expectations are clear, trust goes up, culture gets better, and performance always follows. The fourth pillar, systems that scale. This is where most businesses, this is where they break. Because if your business only works when you're in the middle of it, you don't really have a business. What you have is you have a job. Growth Lab shows you how to get creating an onboard system that actually takes people to the next level. It'll show you how to build repeatable playbooks. It'll help you delegate ops so you can lead again. It's not about working more. It's about building a machine that works with or without you in the room. Because true leadership isn't about doing everything. It's about building something bigger than just you. And listen, here's what makes this different. My coaching clients have paid hundreds of dollars to go through Growth Lab. And now, for the first time, I'm giving this framework away for free. Not because it's not valuable, but because this industry needs more leaders who aren't just holding things together. They're building something that lasts. So let's talk about who Growth Lab is really for. Maybe you're a solo agent, crushing your own deals, but starting to realize you can't keep up with everything going on. You can't scale this alone. You know there's more potential, but building a team feels overwhelming. Where do you start? How do you hire? What if it all falls apart? Growth Lab gives you the structure and the clarity to build your team the right way from day one. Or maybe you're a team leader. Your business has grown, but now it feels like it's running you. You feel stuck managing drama, carrying production, and reacting 24/7. You didn't get into leadership for more chaos, and Growth Lab helps you lead from purpose, not panic. And if you're a broker owner, you're probably feeling the pressure to attract, retain, and develop top agents, all while trying to keep the engine running. But here's the real truth. Agents don't leave because of splits. They leave because the lack of clarity, lack of connection, and lack of leadership and communication. That's what we fix inside Growth Lab. This isn't just another PDF download you'll forget about. This is a real system with proven frameworks, plug and play tools, coaching calls, and checklists designed to help you build a business that doesn't rely on heroics or hustle, but on structure, systems, and leadership that lasts. And if you're wondering, does this actually work? The answer is yes, but I'll let the results speak for themselves. We've seen leaders double their team's production in under a year just by tightening up accountability and simplifying their systems. We've helped broker owners cut agent turnover by half by shifting how they recruit, how they develop their people. We've helped overwhelmed team leaders go from working 60 plus hours a week to leading, attracting, and developing a business that funds their perfect life because they learned how to delegate what doesn't belong to them and focus on what really does. And here's the one I love to share most. So many of my clients say they've fallen back in love with the work again. They now remember why they started their own brokerage, their own business, their own team. And now they're building something that doesn't just work, it feels good to run. Because when your team is aligned, your systems are clean, and your leadership is clear, your business grows and your life opens back up. So here's the question. How long are you going to carry it all alone? You've already proven you're more than capable. Now it's time to stop surviving and start thriving with a strategy that works. I'm offering a free growth strategy session where we'll dive deep into where your business and where your team is right now, where you want it to go, and really what's getting in the way. When you book that session, I'll also send you my leadership growth audit. It's a powerful PDF you can use to pinpoint your biggest gaps and what are your next big opportunities. Just click the link below and grab your session. This is your chance to finally lead the way you were meant to, with confidence, clarity, and purpose. You don't need to hustle harder. You need the right system, the right support, and the right next step. Let's build something that lasts. I'll see you in our upcoming growth session.